From the mountains to the river flow, stories only locals know. Living local in the Hudson Valley. This is the HVP!
All right. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, everybody.
How's
What's
it
going
going?
on?
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Great to be seen.
Thank you. A lot different than the way we started last week's podcast, huh?
Yeah.
My rendition of Here I Am, Lord.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it was a good.
It was way appropriate.
Yeah.
It was way appropriate.
Way appropriate.
It
Way
works.
appropriate.
It works, you know. So how was your week, my friend?
Week was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Just doing my thing.
Yeah, lacrossing?
Just sportsing.
Yeah.
And we're in prime. This is like good grass growing season right now. So I'm having some issues because my soil is garbage. So I can't grow grass to save my life. And I can't put weed and feed down because I have to get grass growing first. So these are the things that stress me out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, these are first world problems for
That's
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like I told Lauren the other day, I was like, you want to hear something hilarious? No, it's like I just realized that I should be putting down grass seed every year, even though we have the lawn to keep it growing and make it fuller and better.
Yeah.
It's like, really? I'm
Yeah.
like, apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
not
like,
only that, but you want to do it wouldn't hurt to do like a top dressing
I do a top dressing.
with soil.
Oh no,
No,
soil.
that's soil. So
Oh.
you go and get some good like black dirt.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
You just got geeky with fucking your lawn, guy. That's like a next level of geeky.
Yeah, it is. That's where I'm at.
This is
That's where I'm at. And
I guess this is what people that don't want to go out and talk to people do on the side.
yeah, the beauty about being an agoraphobe is that you can definitely have a nice lawn. You're too scared to leave your house, so just make everything around you nice. Yep.
Oh wow, I left the radio going, Alexa, stop.
Stop it, slut.
I just realized that Tool was playing in the background. Oh, well, hopefully it didn't come over because then, we'll lose money on YouTube. Imagine if we made money doing this.
Oh, my God. I don't even know what I would do.
I don't know, but, that's not what we're here for. But, so that's it. That was your week. That's all you did. Nothing really exciting.
No, so we,
Your grass, that was the highlight.
the grass is, the lack of grass is actually a low light.
I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy. It really is driving me crazy. Like, I kid you not. So, yeah, like as we sit here now and talk about it, like I'm starting to get sweaty. Yeah, so.
What's wrong with you?
So you're a dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm a dad, and it's a hard thing to do, especially when you have boys, because you want to make them responsible men, right?
Yeah.
You want to make them good men.
Yeah.
So this was another big part of the week was accountability.
Oh, yeah. Accountability is huge.
So we get a call one day that Lucas somebody tripped him, and he got up and he punched the kid.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, all right, perfect. So, but the problem is Lucas is like, he's sobbing as he looks at us, and he can't take accountability.
Okay.
So I'm like, listen, if you could just look me in the eye and tell me, yep, kid tripped me. I was embarrassed. I got disrespected. So I stood up and I punched him in the face. I'd take you for ice cream.
Good job.
Yes, thank you. But you're telling me that, like, his version of events is that when I got up so fast that my elbow hit his arm. So not even mentioning the face punch, right? And I'm like, all right, guy.
Just glazing over it.
Yeah. I said, he's like, well, you never believe me. I was like, well, that's because you never tell the truth. I was like, that's why I can't believe you. So now fast forward. This is a little thing. Big glob of toothpaste in the sink. Yep. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, the globby toothpaste, man, that's definitely a boy thing.
Yeah. So
I'm guilty of that as a child. Nance used to get really upset with me back in the day.
yeah, but like after
the blue globby toothpaste.
yeah, this was a pink glob.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. And so I'm like, hey man, just use a little tiny bit of toothpaste when you brush your teeth. Everything's expensive and you're not bringing in any income. So just, meet me in the middle here. He's like, well, I have to clean off the toothpaste tube because Colton leaves it open and there's mold on it. I was like, toothpaste doesn't get mold. I was like, here we are again with you not able to take accountability. So I completely blow a gasket. And then I start telling both kids how they're never taking accountability for their actions. They need to learn how to fall on the sword. And that's how my weekend started.
Nice.
Yep. And then we had a lacrosse game right after that. And I ran out to the field and screamed at Colton. Yeah, loud enough so the people on the other side of the field could hear it, apparently, which
Nice.
I found out afterwards.
Awesome.
Yep. So, but, it's my job to get them ready for a world that is very cruel.
Yeah.
And I like during my sermon, as I screamed at them Saturday morning, I was like, you're going to be on your own one day and no one's coming to help you. Like, no one's coming.
That's it's funny you bring that up, but that's like my pet peeve, because we both did actually.
Yeah.
We both hit 50. So it's like obviously Big Dill's 25 years old, so
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry about there. But Kev is 9 years younger. So
Right.
I'm just worried, like, hey, are you gonna be
Yeah, you're going to be okay.
are you gonna be able to do this? Because
Yeah.
like the signs here right now aren't showing that.
Yeah.
All signs point to yes.
Yeah.
It's giving me the could be
No,
question mark.
It says ask again later. Ask again later. The magic 8 ball of life.
That's it.
Yeah, ask again
So it's
later.
like, him and I were in therapy last year, and like, he's like, he's viewing it as me coming down on him.
Right.
But I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, I'm not going to be around forever.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure that you're going to be okay. Like, that's my job right now.
Right.
And like I said, I'm on easy street because, like, Dill is
Right.
grown. He's 20.
Right.
He's going to be 26 this November.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not a worry for me anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's getting this guy to 21 and making sure we're good.
Yeah.
And, it's not the easiest road that I've ever traveled. That I will say.
Yeah, and
So-
it's funny because like second kids are like the challenge.
Yeah, for some people, yes. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes the first one is awful and the second one's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the for most people, like, in the case of my ex-wife, Chrissy, she has a child from her second marriage. And, she always says to me, like, why didn't you tell me the second one was going to be like this? I
Yeah.
was like, it's not always like this. I was like, it's just,
No,
this is
but
what happens.
but I think more often than not it is. Because like it's funny because I've talked to other people and like other dads, and it's always like, their second kid is really the one that will push your buttons.
Oh, yeah. Kevin gives me a run for my money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, and there's no manual, right? Like you don't
No.
know if you're doing it right or wrong, or if there's not a right or wrong.
No.
But I just constantly am like, and I say what you just said. I always ask him. I'm like, what's the most important job that I have? And then he starts rattling off like jobs, and I'm like, no.
Taking out the garbage.
Yeah,
Cooking us dinner.
I'm like, no. What is it?
Yelling at me for leaving toothpaste in the sink.
He's like making me a good man. I'm
There you
like,
go.
"That's your-
So he knows he
yeah,
gets it.
I'm
That's
like,
good.
that's my job. I said, so you have to understand that I love you and I want to be your buddy, but I have to make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
And right now,
Not so much.
yeah,
It's tough.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But
It's the rage bait.
yeah,
The dad rage.
dad rage. So yeah,
Like
so
Homer.
I was talking to another
Angry
dad,
dad.
right after that, and it was Coach Bill again. So Coach Bill's like, oh yeah, bro, dad rage. You can talk about that on the podcast? I'm like, you know what? I am. And
Yeah.
what did I do? I texted you.
text me
Dad rage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Saturday. But I will say that after screaming at Colton on Saturday, Sunday, attitude completely adjusted. Like took accountability. It was like, I mean, I'm gonna have to keep reinforcing that, but it was good to see.
That's all you can ask for,
Right.
really, because I mean that's the goal at the end of the day, because
Right.
it's kind of like it's sunk in.
Yeah,
It's kind of like it definitely sunk in.
Yeah, and they're kids, man. Like, so I don't expect him to remember that forever.
No.
And then you have, especially kids that are like 10, 11, 12, they're still trying to figure it out,
Yeah, of course. And I guess like that's like my biggest problem, like, because like, I don't know. I obviously do a lot of things around the house and stuff like that. And, the kids see me, it's present in front of them.
Right.
And it's just like, they don't get it, and because they don't get it, it makes me a little angry sometimes. I get like the dad rage. It's like you guys should see that like this is important. Like, you should know garbage is on X night and recycling's on another night. It shouldn't just
Yeah.
be on me. Like, cause like what happens when I go away? The garbage doesn't go out.
Right. Lawn
You know?
doesn't get cut.
Yeah. Like it's just like those simple things. It's like,
Yeah. That's
and it's like, you would think that having teenage boys and them seeing you do these things, they would like click like, oh yeah, you know what? This guy does this every week.
I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do that too. Nope.
No. Yeah.
No. That's what I mean. Like, what did I say to you outside? What was it? Soft times or easy times make
Hard times make hard men.
Yeah.
Soft times make
soft men. Yeah. And these kids are the epitome of soft.
Oh God, it's bad.
Yeah. So like, I don't want you to look like some fucking like weird like beta cuck, Like,
Yeah, but see that's unfortunately what they're all heading towards because that's what they do. They all watch each other play video games. They watch the most popular guy play the video game.
Yeah.
That they gel with the most, and
Yep.
it's absolute insanity. Like the things that these kids are into, me and you just can't fathom because like, we come from the generation where there was must-see TV. We all sat down at the same time to watch the same show. Nobody does that anymore because you can just stream it whenever you want.
Yeah, and I grew up like my mom was a single mom. It was me and my sister.
Yeah.
And I remember we had a house in the town of Newburgh, and when we needed the neighbor, we didn't have money, so we needed a lawnmower. Neighbor gave us a lawnmower. This was the first time I ever saw an electric lawnmower. But it was a corded lawnmower.
Yeah.
So I was outside in the backyard with 200 feet of fucking extension cord trying not to electrocute myself and cut the grass.
Yeah.
And I was explaining that I was a latchkey kid, took care of my sister, right? I would pack lunch for my mom, my sister, and I in the morning. Like there were things I had to do.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain that to Colton one day. I was like, I did this when I was your age. Now, I'm not saying you have to do it, but you should at least know how to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just some days I feel like I'm just pissing in the wind.
Yeah. Well, you are.
Yeah.
If there was somebody cool on YouTube telling them how to do it, they'd know how to do it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, you're right.
But because it's me and you or their dad, whoever it is, it just, what do you know, old man? It's
well,
just
that's
it.
That's why I look at other dads someday, especially if we're at practice and I'm like, what do I know, right?
Yeah.
Just some bald old
Just some
guy.
dummy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Until you need something.
Yeah.
Oh, can you drive me to Dick's? I want to go look around. Yeah, okay, guy.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Now
Gail says $5 a gallon, but yeah, let's go to Dick's. And who's funding this operation when we get there? Oh, it's me? Me again? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Duh.
Hey, can you sweep the driveway for me?
Oh,
Like the whole driveway?
God.
Yeah, no, just a part.
I'm in the middle of a game.
Yeah,
Can't you just go?
leave me alone.
Ah.
Eat the ham, Tina.
Oh, God.
Listen, a Napoleon Dynamite reference is always in play.
King.
Yeah.
Always king.
It's getting pretty serious.
Yeah. It's. Is this your kitten caboodle? You left it at my house the other day.
Sharonda. Was that her name?
Shonda.
Sharonda.
No,
Shonda?
Shawanda? Or something like that.
We're talking online. It's getting pretty serious.
I'm going to go out to Detroit and meet her family. That movie was so epic, man. I've spent like 4 hours shading your upper lip.
Oh God, we should just do one episode where we just do obscure movie quotes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that. I know a bunch of those.
Yeah,
that would be. I'd take that to Jeopardy. I'd win on that night.
Yeah, for sure.
That would definitely be a thing.
Yeah. What is awesome?
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of awesome, after we did the podcast last Sunday, I went down to see a early evening show at Levity Live.
Who'd you go see?
In the Nyack Mall. I saw Giannis Pappas.
I bet it was awesome.
Oh, dude, it was great. There was like 60 people there.
I gotta go.
We got like $10 tickets.
Awesome.
It was awesome. We had a great time. We were like, 20 feet from him while he's flinging these jokes out there. He did a bit of Maritza. He did,
Lucky that's all he was flinging.
all funny shit. Like one of his jokes kind of hit on what we were talking about before. He's an older guy. He's got 2 young daughters, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
They just come out of the box like this. He's like, they start losing their mind, whatever. He's
Yeah.
like, but a boy, he's like, a boy I could help when he's acting like that.
Yeah.
He's like, I could just bang his head against the wall and throw him across the room.
I was
And that would make things settle.
that's so true. Like I was saying, obviously talk to a lot of different dads, right? And when our kids were little, I remember Lucas he took a lightsaber and he smashed the TV in the living room with it. Then turned the TV off like a gentleman and went up to bed. So no one's the wiser. And I put him to bed. I go down, I turn on the TV, and it's just exploded inside the flat screen, right? So I use some of my crime scene training, and I look at the evidence on the floor. That's the lightsaber, and I match it up with the mark on the TV, and it fits, right? And so here we go, right back to square one. So I'm like, hey, buddy, what happened to the TV? I said, it looks like somebody hit it with the lightsaber. Yeah, Luna must have did that because she doesn't like the TV. I was like, well, the dog doesn't have opposable thumbs. I said, so she couldn't grasp or grip a lightsaber.
Oh.
So anyway, I was talking to dad who has girls, and they're like, it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I was like, boys will break your shit, but girls will like break your heart.
Yeah, no.
Emotionally destroy you.
Yeah, they'll destroy you emotionally.
I was like, I'd rather buy a new TV than have to,
No.
I'll take the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, break shit and let me yell at you.
The emotional
roller coaster
we get from our wives is enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, oof. Could you imagine more?
And then like there's days where Allison's like, oh, God, I'm surrounded by boys, like, and I'm like, could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, you could be on Crazy Train,
Yeah.
right? Nice mix where you got boys breaking shit and girls making you cry and hate yourself.
just making you rethink life totally.
Yeah, exactly. Who the fuck? Who said this was a good idea?
Oh man, that's some rage bait right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that going on. I guess that could be,
Right. So you just got to be thankful for what you got.
Yeah.
Simple things.
That's it. It's the simple things like we talked
Right.
about on an old podcast.
Yeah. Bring it right back.
That's it. Look at this. We're touching all these things. But I got to go hang out with a bunch of my old friends, and
That's
we had
awesome.
a good time. Giannis crushed it. He did it was great. He did like a whole full hour. It was pretty dope. And then now we're broadcasting a day later.
Right.
Because I had something come up that I had to go to last night. My buddy Mikkel, he's got Yankees Legends tickets at the stadium.
That's
so I got
sick.
to go to the game last night.
You deserve it.
Yeah. And so we get to go downstairs in that Legends room. So like you walk downstairs, they got like this buffet that's like second to
You
none.
sent me the picture, and like it looked like you were eating at like a 5-star restaurant.
Dude, it was
Meanwhile, you were in the Bronx.
Dude, it was unbelievable. Like, the Lobels, they do the steak down there. So
Yeah.
there's always like a steak of the day that they have. And last night it was hanger steak. So like Mike was telling me all the stuff on the way in. And so I get there, we sit down, we go to our drinks, water and soda. They come, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get food. He's like, yeah, go ahead and knock yourself out. So right away I go right to the front of the buffet. It's like it's like a big rectangle. I get shrimps and lobster tail.
Yep.
And I walk around the corner to the steak station. I'm like, can I get some steak and roast potatoes and green beans? He's like, yeah, sure. Homeboy takes out a whole hanger steak. Like he had one on the tray, and he had like just like a couple pieces. Like
Yeah,
they
cut
do
off.
it at the banquet hall, right?
Yeah.
So like, okay, that's enough. That's fine.
Yeah.
Bro, homeboy proceeded to cut the whole steak and lay it on my plate for
Yeah.
me. I was like, what? I was like, bro. He was like, yeah, you're welcome. I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
I know what you like.
I want to hug you.
Yeah.
And then, so I did that. And then, so that's just one giant counter. There's a whole nother counter that's all, not Hebrew food. What is it?
Kosher?
Kosher. There you
Okay.
go. Kosher food for them.
Yep.
For
who's them?
The chosen ones. Joe.
That's right.
The chosen ones, the Jewish friends that are there. And then next to that, which is really weird because they like almost connect, they're like in an L shape. But next to that is another buffet that's like all like baseball foods, sausage and peppers, hot
Oh
dogs,
yeah, like
burgers,
all the staples,
sliders,
right? Yeah.
pretzels.
Popcorn.
No, popcorn. There's a snack wall as you leave Legends. There's a snack wall on both
Of course
sides,
there is. Yeah.
and it's like all candy bars, peanuts, bags of peanuts around there, and boxes of popcorn for you to take back to your seat.
Sick.
It's sick.
We went to a bunch of guys I worked with last year went to is it the Jim Beam Suite?
I think there is a Jim Beam suite
There-
that's upstairs.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. I can't remember. I think that's the name of it, but it was a similar thing where you can just,
They give you some stuff.
yeah, man. You're getting if you want pizza, you get pizza. You want a burger, you get a burger. They had a huge spread, and they had the peanut thing, they had the popcorn thing, all in there, candy. Like it was cool.
But did they have freshly made chocolate chip cookies, Joe?
Nope, they didn't.
Yeah, they did not. Did
Nope.
they? Well, they
I'm
did.
not at that level.
They
You
did
are.
downstairs, Joe.
Yep.
So I ate all that food I text you, and I had those. I had cookies. I had some fresh Toll House cookies. They were, oh my god.
I'm good. See, that's a good night.
And then not to mention, like, they got like a make your own Sunday buffet attached to that dessert area. They have like all the good like pinoli nut cookies. They got tricolor cookies.
Oh
They
my
got
god, the
dude,
whole
there's
thing.
chocolate covered pretzels. And then when we get to our seats, there's waiters
Oh,
that'll either go back into the suite and get you anything you want from any of those stations,
right.
or there's like a menu you can order from, and they'll bring you that
Come on.
too.
Really?
Yeah, so I got a milkshake in the stands.
Oh my god.
I got issues.
You can do it. That's
What?
fine. If I would have had ice cream or a milkshake, it would have been bad news.
Why? You're lactarded?
Yeah, a little bit of a lactard. I had to switch to almond milk, and
Almond milk's not bad.
no, it's not. You know what? It's way better than the alternative.
Yeah.
So now, if
absolutely.
I used to eat ice cream like every night, and now it's like once a month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, it's a bummer.
You ever try like any of that like non-ice cream ice cream?
Well, no,
I
because
mean-
I'm not a communist, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
why I won't do that. Yeah. So
Well-
I'm a proud American.
You want to try some Halo Top or something?
All right, fair. I had Halo. It's pretty good.
All right,
All right.
see, there you go. Ah, liar.
Yep.
You dirty lying
And
communist.
here I am talking about my kids being accountable, and I fucking lied about ice cream.
Yeah.
It was an omission. It wasn't a lie.
No, but dude, listen, ice cream is like one of my top things, one of my favorite
I
things
like
ever.
Stewart's ice cream.
Yes.
There's nothing like we go on vacation. That's a fun thing, right? You there with your kids, and you go out for ice cream. We've gone to some really great, like you go to Myrtle,
Mhm.
right? Kirk's.
Kirk's.
Yeah,
Kirk's ice cream.
Dude, it's a staple.
Yeah,
right.
Kirk's
Lines
a
are
staple.
line around the
Yep.
corner.
Anyone, whatever one you go to.
Yeah, and I still can't get as much as I love vacation ice cream. It doesn't hold a candle to Stewart's.
So we found out that like Kirk's is made by like Bluebell.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, we talked to somebody there
Okay.
a couple of years ago, and it was an old-fashioned homemade joint, and it's no longer that. I mean, listen, they still got some of the best ice cream
Yeah, I don't hate it.
down there,
Yeah.
but there's it's like mass manufactured now, so
Okay.
it doesn't have the same love as the old Kirk's
And
did
I'm
back in the olden days.
I'm trying to remember the other place.
There's another place up in the north that I absolutely love. It's called Painters.
Okay.
It's up in North Myrtle Beach. They're like from this area originally.
Oh, really?
And they're like super friendly people, like, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, please come back,
Yeah.
and they're a legit homemade ice cream there. They're
Okay.
kind of like a Blueberry Mountain type of place.
I got to see one next time we go down there. We switched. We started going to Rehoboth
Okay.
because it's a shorter drive.
Yeah, I get it.
Um,
It's nice.
and we found a place there, and it was kind of like, so my father-in-law's name is Dave, right? And
Dave's not here, man.
yeah, so it was Uncle Dave's ice cream.
Oh, cool.
So when we saw that, and
You gotta go there.
Yeah, and he had just passed that December before we went. So
Okay.
we saw it and we were like, it's a sign.
Yeah.
And the ice cream was good.
It
Really,
was.
really good. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Dave,
So Uncle-
Dave living on.
yeah, that's it.
That's dope.
We were like, it's a sign, guys. We got to get ice cream.
Yeah, we got to
there.
get ice cream there. Sometimes that just happens. Like,
Yeah.
this is the place.
Kismet, as they say.
There was a place we went to this past year in Myrtle Beach. We found it by accident. It was we're leaving Broadway at the beach, right?
Yep.
And I'm walking, and all of a sudden, like I look in, and I see this sign. I forget what it's called, like polar bears or something like that. And I look in, and there's like fresh baked cookies.
Mm.
And I'm like, wait a second. And bro, they make fresh baked cookies. You pick what cookies you want. You can either get two
Oh, I
of the
see where
same
this
or
is
one.
going. See where this
They
is
have
going.
all these crazy ice cream flavors. They make the chipwich right there for you.
Yep.
It gets better. Then they wrap it in wax paper, and they put it in like a panini press. So the cookies get warm.
Yep. But the ice cream stays ice cold.
Oh, dude, it was unbelievable. So like I think it ended up being like me, Dylan, and Dominic. We got separated from the group, so we went there. We were trying to make it to Cold Stone, but I
Okay.
found this place. I was
Yeah.
like, this is the place.
Yeah, and like the Cold Stone's okay, but it's
Yeah.
a chain. You know, like
Yeah.
if I'm on vacation, I want to go to a spot.
Well, like at that point, it was too late. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it. That
Right.
was it. You know, you hit that certain point in Myrtle, everything's closed.
Yes.
So like you're there, you don't have no time to make it anyplace else. You got to get, and I'd rather go to Cold Stone than Ben and Jerry's.
No, me too.
You know what
Yep,
I'm
me
saying?
too.
So I think that's a better,
No,
that's a
Cold
better ice
Stone
cream
is definitely
experience.
yes, and I disagree on so many things that Ben and Jerry's has done over the years. So
But you really got to try the Antifa chip. It's delicious.
yeah,
As you bite into it, and water bottles frozen get thrown at you.
yeah,
It's excellent. But yeah, so like ice cream, dude. I'm like I said, I'm such a big mope over.
but I think like that's the cool part about going. If you're going to go to the stadium and you don't go that often, then like do it right.
Yeah,
You know, and you know, John Sterling.
that was insane.
Yeah,
Like I obviously I hit you up Sunday night to make
Yeah.
sure it was cool that we postponed today. And then like I wake up in the morning and I see like a John Sterling meme. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool.
yeah,
And then like I get home from the gym and it's announced that he passed away. I was like, get out of here.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? No way.
Yep.
And so like, they did like a whole thing for him before the game. There was things like they were showing inside the stadium before the game, like all his great moments. And, the thing I always loved about him, because it was like, to me, I was thinking like, just shut the fuck up already.
Yeah.
When Susan Waldman was
Yes.
like, that's baseball, Susan.
Yeah.
So they have like all his great home run calls, like Jeter's last hit and like the win in the World Series in '96 and all these things. And then at the end of it, that's baseball, Susan.
Oh my God, that's so fitting.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And then when they did a moment of silence at the end, and it got really, really quiet for like a minute, somebody screamed it, "That's baseball, Susan!"
awesome.
And she was down on the field, and she let out a smile, which I thought that was definitely pretty dope. So, and the most important thing is, I've been a Yankee fan, the whole time you know me. I've been
Get back here.
since '86, since I was a kid, '85, '86. And Aaron Judge, probably my favorite player modern day right now. Not my favorite Yankee all time. That'll always be Donnie Baseball. But anyway,
Old Donnie Mace.
I've been to countless amounts of Yankee games since Aaron Judge has been on the team. I've never seen an Aaron Judge home run.
Oh no.
I've seen like Trent Grisham hit more home runs,
Yeah.
right? And Trent's like a scrub. He hit one last night for me finally, so that was nice. Right in the first inning,
Yeah.
got it out of the way.
That's cool.
Which also was class. Michael K., John's old partner,
Yeah.
who does TV, he did John's home run call for Aaron Judge. It is high, it is far, it is gone.
Awesome.
A Judgian blast. All rise.
That's
Here comes the judge.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did it all for him last night. And then another cool tribute to Sterling I heard last night when I got home and I was flipping through social media. I'm not sure who does the Mets radio broadcast, and I apologize for that. But whoever the broadcaster is for that, they did the Mets win.
Oh, no kidding.
So
Did
yeah,
they?
I thought that was pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
tip of the cap to Sterling. So
And that's a guy. I mean, John Sterling he's been like, that's all I know, really.
yeah,
You know?
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And, going back, you think about how many baseball games you've been to in your life. And like, I remember going to a playoff game in maybe early 2000s
Probably.
and like sitting in the bleachers on a freezing cold fall night.
It's October night.
Yeah. Oh God. That's why now if I go and I get into one of those suites, I'm like, yep, I made it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. The days of freezing my ass off in the bleachers, that's gone.
So this guy that takes me to these games, occasionally he'll call me and be like, "Hey, I got a suite. So I want you to come down to the game, be my guest, bring, blah, blah, blah." Like, okay, great. So he took me and Kev, like on a Sunday. And we went. And then where I went this week, he's like, hey, I want you to come back in 2 days for the 4th of July. They're doing fireworks. I got a suite that night. I'd like for you guys to
yeah.
be here. I was like, well, I can't ditch Lauren. He's like, bring Lauren too. That's fine. I'm like, oh, sweet.
That's awesome.
So, we all go down and I'm like, wait until you see this. I was like, because like, you've been to the suites at Yankee Stadium?
Yes.
Like when you get off that elevator, it's like you're in a hotel.
Yes.
It's like, you're like, what? Where am I? I was just downstairs with a guy pissing himself on the street.
Yeah.
And now I'm in this 5-star luxurious hotel.
Am I still in Yankee Stadium?
It doesn't make sense.
No.
So she's walking. She's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh, wait. I'm like, just wait. So we're up there. We're hanging out. We're having some free food. We get to the suite and everything. We're, everything's all good. And we're sitting out there. And it's just her and I. And we're like sitting out looking over the field. And I look at her and she looks at me. And I go, you know what was really terrible about this? She's like, what? I was like, how do we go back to sitting with the poor people after this? In the seats that we can afford.
Well, that's it.
I'm like, she's like, it's just not worth it.
No.
It's like
looking down there, judging all the pores.
Yeah, that's it. And
Got paid $85 a ticket instead of like $200.
And you're up there for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Knocking off your friend.
Yep.
Having a guy open your cans of beer or soda, whatever you're drinking. Oh, here, let me get that water for you. It's like, Tom, I can get it, man. You ain't gotta.
No, they pay us to twist.
Yes, it's like, oh, here, would you like me to chew that pizza and spit it in your mouth for you? I can do that.
Like a baby bird.
Are you all right?
Yeah, like a little baby bird.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, no, I came here to chew.
Can I, we're out of Caesar dressing. I just called down for more. Hopefully it'll be out. Don't worry about it.
It's all right.
World.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm not going to rage on you.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. But that's just, they take that job very, very seriously, those suite hosts, because, that's a big deal. And apparently this guy was an old timer. He was working some of the first suites at the old Yankee Stadium, which were great because that stadium wasn't set up for that. He's like, so basically what they were doing is they would empty out like electrical rooms and reroute the electrical units to like the back of like the concession stand, and they take that room and make it into a suite. They cut a hole in the wall and make a suite. That's what they're doing over there.
Get out of here.
I swear to God, that's what he said.
I had no idea.
Right from the horse's mouth.
Right.
I had no idea. I didn't think they did that, but apparently, towards the end, before they shut the old stadium down, they started it so that when the new one opened, it was all, wasn't a tough sell.
I like, and I noticed last year when I went, same thing, like customer service is number one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a thankless job also, because by like the 5th inning, most of the people that are in there are straight gluttons and they're piss drunk.
Oh, yeah.
So like I try to go the extra mile and be courteous to the people that are literally waiting on you hand and foot.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Because I look at some of those other guys and women. You're not safe either, women. You get all sauced up at the stadium and start screaming and yelling, acting a fool.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my hamburger?
There was a few of them last night. There was a few people enjoying the drink. That's definitely for sure last night. So
that's really the only time I drink. Like I don't really drink at all anymore. But if I go to one, like last year, I was firing them back.
Yeah.
It was an afternoon game. It was on Juneteenth, and it was hot. And I was like, yeah, cold beer? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I was just.
That's what's up sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah, stadium beer tastes better than any other beer.
Yeah.
I don't care. Microbrew, I don't give a shit. Give me like a Bud Light at Yankee Stadium in like a 32-ounce cup. Thank you.
Send it.
Yep.
Send it. I remember one time we went down and I was like, you want something to drink? She's like, yeah, get me like one of them hard seltzers. So I got the hard seltzer. I came back with a 22-ounce can of Bud Light. She's like, ew. I was like,
no,
I like it.
Yeah, we don't even understand. This is like Thanksgiving dinner right here.
This is like just like flavored water.
Yeah,
water with an edge. That's what I call it.
Edgy.
I was kind of down when everybody was down on Bud Light because that was always my go-to back in the day.
Yeah.
Because you could drink it, and then you could do like a shot here and there.
Yeah,
and you weren't always a mess. Coors Light never did it for me. I guess I was just a Bud guy.
Yeah, I like. Remember Busch Light?
Yeah.
Well, they still make Busch.
They still do.
Yeah, we used to go to Party Beverages in the town of Newburgh.
Okay.
And you used to be able to get a case of Busch Light Busch bar bottles.
Okay.
For like $9.99.
Nice.
A case.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, when they're cold, it don't matter. Everything tastes the same.
Well,
it all
exactly.
goes down great.
And, when you're a young guy, you're rubbing 2 nickels together.
Yeah.
And you can get a 16-ounce bottle of beer, a case of them for $9.99. I was like, yep.
everywhere we go, Big Dill's always like, see if they got bush apple. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a thing, man.
Yeah, he said he gets it down the city all the time.
Yes, my neighbor. I went to the beer place in Port Jervis, Ready Beverage or whatever the hell it's called, and I was talking to my neighbor before I left. I was like, and it's very rare that I'm going to a beer store anyway, but we were looking for a cider that Alice and I both like. I think it's called Awestruck,
Okay.
but it's a really good hard cider, 16-ounce cans, comes in a 4-pack. So I must have been talking to Tom, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go into the beer place. Do you want anything? He was like, see if they have bush apple. I was like, yeah, huh? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm telling you, he's like, it's great. I said, if they have it, I'll get it. And they were sold out. Like, so it's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. It is a thing. If they don't have that, give me a bottle of NyQuil. It'll all be the same. You put it on ice, you don't even know.
I want to give a shout out before we get too
Okay.
far and I forget again. So Pat C, former Middletown, a retired guy from Middletown, loves our podcast, and I saw him Sunday.
Okay.
He was like, when's the next episode? And it was before we had talked, so I thought we were going to be doing it on Monday. I was like, tomorrow we're recording. I'm like, so it should be good to go Monday night, Tuesday morning. So Pat, things come up, but front row seats to the Yankees and a hanger steak. I mean, podcast has to wait
and
a day for
lobster
that.
tail.
Yeah.
And shrimps.
Scrimps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
sorry it's late, but it was worth it.
I made good choices. You know, as you know, I've been working hard at the gym. So like I actually behaved. Like I didn't go deep.
Yeah.
Like I normally would. Like last year I went with Big Dill. I had 2 of those steaks. I had a plate of sushi.
Wow.
I had what else? I had about 10 of those chocolate chip cookies. I had a tricolor cookie. I had a plate of chocolate covered pretzels. I went deep.
Yeah, man.
Like I was at the gym the next morning and he's like, "What did you do?" I was like, "I went deep." He's like, I was like, I'm like food hungover. I've never felt like this before in my life. He's like, "Yeah, bud." He's like, "You can't eat like that anymore, man." He's like, "Your body just, it can't sustain it." So like last night, you know, I tried to make good choices. Like pretty much other than the roasted potatoes, everything on that plate was pretty
it
much
was meat or
par,
fish. Yeah.
You know, so, you know, it was all protein.
Yeah.
You know, so other than, you know, and it wasn't like I had a pile of potatoes. It was just like a couple small roasted potatoes.
Yeah, and roasted potatoes
are delicious.
Yeah,
oh my God.
but they hit different. They're not like French fries. French fries are delicious too, but if you eat you know, a hanger steak, shrimp, lobster, and roasted potatoes, like you're being a responsible adult.
And I wasn't doing the butter either. I was doing the cocktail sauce because it was really good. It was really spicy.
Nice. Yeah.
I like a good spicy cocktail sauce. That's very, very
I'm a big
good.
fan. I like cocktail sauce.
So I was pretty stoked last night with that dinner. That was pretty dope. And of course, you know, Mikkel's the host with the most. So also too, he's got a whole plethora of cars. So he's like, he's like, tell me what sports car you want to take down.
No.
And I was like, we took the vet to see Tool.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool. And I was like, you know,
rhymes.
I right. And I'm a poet and I don't know it.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I said, I've never been in a Tesla. I was like, can we take the Tesla? And he was like, yeah, we can take that. Totally. He's like, I'll turn it on now. So the air conditioner's on when I get home. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
So we took the Tesla. That was pretty dope. Like, I was like, so does this one drive itself? He's like, oh, yeah. And he's hit the button. He's like, watch this. And we drove all the way to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
He grabbed the wheel like twice in like heavy, crazy situations. Like when we got close to the stadium.
Yeah.
But that was it.
That's cool.
That was it, you know, other than, you know, manual driving. And then when we got back to the car, he was like, watch this. And he's like, boop, he hit a button on the board. The thing fucking drove us all the way down to the street. Like we were just chilling. He was just sitting with his hands on his lap and was making all the turns and backed us out of the spot. Did like a 3-point turn to get us out of there. I was like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's a perfect city car too, because
what a time to be alive.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking to try to get out of the stadium anyway.
Yeah.
Not nerve-wracking when you're just sitting there.
So he's got the parking pass hookup situation there. He gets the park in the parking garage with like the Yankee employees.
Oh, okay.
So like, you know, like I took Tom to a game and we got on the elevator with Susan Waldman. She got on the elevator with us. And he was like, I was like, yep. I mean, it was like, oh my God. He's like,
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
no, he wasn't.
No,
No,
I'm
but like
just
you could see like he was just like, because Dom, at one point is like wanted to be a sportscaster,
yeah.
and it was pretty funny, So like she gets off, because she can park on like the second floor. We got to park like all the way up top, so she gets off. And he was like, whoa, he's like, why? He's like, why was she in here? I was like, this is the Yankee employee garage. I
Yeah.
was like, that's the hookup this guy's got. He's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I was like, the players don't park in here. I was like, but all the employees for the stadium park in here. He's like, I was like, and technically she works for the Yankees. She doesn't work for the radio station.
Right.
And he was like, oh my God. He's like, that's wild. He's like, where do the other guys that are on the radio? I was like, well, John Sterling gets car service.
Yeah.
I was like, because, he's a big to-do. So he's got,
Yeah, he ain't driving to the
I was like,
stadium.
so that driveway we walked across and then came into the garage. I was like, where all those cops were. I was like, that's where they park all the buses. That's where the players park their car. I was like, and that's where the limo will pick up John Sterling later to drive him home.
Yeah.
If they didn't already pick him up. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. I was like, Susan drives.
Yeah.
I was like, she almost ran me over one time with her Mercedes. She's got a white Mercedes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was great. We're at a game. We were walking in front, and she was like, it was a rain out, so she knew it was a rain out, so I let her go first. So as we're walking back to the car, she like almost hit me, and I turned and I looked. I didn't realize it was her. And then when I saw it was her, I was like, of all the dramatic things I've ever seen,
Yeah.
bro, the look she shot me. Oh man, it was like I called her the C word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was not.
She didn't like it.
Because of course everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
It was such an awful moment for her.
Yeah.
Because everybody made fun of her. There they are with George Steinbrenner's books. That's baseball, Susan. Well, Pat Cunningham, sorry we're late to the show. It's my fault.
Yep.
But when you get Yankees Legends tickets,
You gotta let the podcast. You gotta put it on hold for a day.
so like just to give you an idea, when I'm down there in those seats, like in the past, I've run into Super Chef Bobby Flay,
Yep.
who was like super chill and said hello. Former ball players that played for the Yankees. Steve Shrippa, aka Bobby Bacala from the Sopranos.
Yep.
And then Spike Lee. Like
So random. But he's the
like,
epitome of New York sports.
but not only that, I mean, he's fucking Spike Lee.
Yeah, man.
As kids our age,
Yep.
Spike Lee was such a pivotal movie director.
Yeah.
And so huge during our timeline. Do the Right Thing was fucking next level.
Yeah, and I feel like he took more chances than any director in that. And I'm not talking about like Stanley Kubrick or you know what I mean, but like you said, from a New York based guy.
Yeah.
Born and raised, obviously is a huge sports fan, but like the movies that he made were
Do the Right Thing is epic, man. Do the Right Thing is epic just because like Samuel L. Jackson, Martin Lawrence, just like anybody who's anybody was in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But that got you because anytime there was a Spike Lee joint drop after that, you were going to watch it.
Oh, of course. That was big.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Did you talk to him when you saw him?
No, I don't. I'm not that guy. Like I fanboy on the inside. I'm like, when I see people like that, but I'm like on the outside, I'm like, all right, man, you got to keep it together.
Yep.
Like, because like it can get weird for them, and I completely understand that. And it's just like if you like if the jig is up, like sometimes you can see it in their face, like, oh God, what is this guy gonna do? Like, how's he gonna react?
Please stay.
You just give him a nod, like, hey man, cool. Thanks.
I'm gonna acknowledge that I know who you are.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to respect your space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like one day when I worked over here in the mall, when I moved down here in 93, it was like Christmas and I worked at the Wiz. So I'm running around, grabbing food, doing something, I forget. And I'm walking down and in the hustle and bustle out of a store comes this guy and I almost like walk right in and I'm like, whoa, I was like, I'm so sorry. And he turns around and it's fucking Ahmad Rasante from fucking Mambo Kings.
Oh, really?
Ahmad Rasante, I guess, had a house in Washingtonville.
Yeah.
So, like, he frequented the mall. Little did I know. Like, I was like, whoa, hey, yeah. And I was like, thanks, man. I'm sorry. And I just, like, kind of walked away from him. Like, I was like, hey, you're the guy that was in the movie with the dancing, right?
So, you remember Brian Benben? He was in a couple HBO shows, and he had his own show on regular network TV. It's called, like, the Brian Benben Show. If I said the name of the show, you probably would know it. But I worked for a medical supply company years ago, a lifetime ago.
Yes.
And we had, we had a hospice contract. So when somebody would pass away, we'd obviously, when they came home, before they passed, we would bring all the stuff. And then when they passed, we would have to go pick it all up. So we ended up going to this house right by, where Mary Jane's ice cream is in Fostertown or Middle Hope, like 9W.
Yeah.
So there's houses back there, small developments.
Yes.
And I didn't pay attention to the name on the slip. And we got there, and it was Brian Benben's dad that had passed away.
Oh, my God.
So Brian Benben was there. And he played a guy, Martin, or Marty was the character name in the show. But the guy that's with me to pick the bed up, he's like fanboying hard. He's like, that's Brian Benben. He's like, are you Brian? And I'm like, bro, like, the guy's dad just passed away.
Yeah, just like,
we're like, hey guy.
No, just take it.
Yeah.
No.
And I just kind of nodded at him, and he was like, hey, he's like, thank you. And he gave me like $40.
Nice.
And I was like, that's my Brian Benben story.
But like, that's it, man. Believe it. But they appreciate that more.
Yeah.
And they do be like, oh my God.
Yeah,
you're the fucking guy.
And like we did, and I get it. Like he was, the other guy was with me was like younger, and it was, it was whatever. It wasn't a big deal. But like, anytime I went into somebody's house, celebrity or not, I'm like, hey, sorry for your loss. We're just here to pick up the equipment. My condolences. And he's like, you're Marty Tupper. That was the name of the guy. God, what was the name of the show? Dream On.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that show.
Yeah,
I really didn't watch it back then.
Okay. So that's, I think it was Dream On, but that was him, Brian Benben. So anyway, but you met Spike Lee, so.
Well, I
you saw Spike Lee.
I saw Spike Lee, and I was just like, wow,
Seen him.
that's insane.
Yeah.
It's because, like I said, what he had been to my life. But it was funny one night when the first time Kevin and I were upstairs in the suites, and we're walking to the suite. There's like this one point when you're going down the third baseline suites where it like indents and then goes around a corner. As we went into the indent and came around the corner, Jim Lirowitz came around the corner. I'm like, oh, hi, Jim Lirowitz. How are you today? He was like, I'm great. How are you, sir? I'm like, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
My kid's like, who's that? I was like, Yankee great. Walk-off home run, 96 World Series.
Yeah.
Changed the game. Swung the series, brought it back to Yankee Stadium. They won. He was like, oh, cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, very cool, actually. Yeah. But, yeah, I just thought it was really cool just to see him sitting there like that. Real quick, did you – so I talked about how I'm out on, government as a whole, other than like local stuff now, because it's just too fucking crazy. And like to prove me even more, did you see the Ilhan Omar speech that she was given this week where she said World War 11?
No. But
she was talking about like what's going on with the Somalis in Minnesota, and how like during World War 11, we rounded up all the Nazis, all the German people and Chinese people and Japanese people here in America.
Yes.
And either deported them or whatever.
Yeah, we kept them in.
She did correct herself, but she did say World War 11. My thing is just this. Like, if you're going to be like anything for this country and represent the government, you should be able to pass a second grade fucking social studies test.
Like, I'm no genius, but I know that was McCarthyism, and that's why anybody that lived in the country during World War II, like they literally put them in camps.
Well, no, not just that, but I'm just saying the whole World War 11.
Right. No,
like
I know.
You don't understand the Roman numeral thing. Like,
correct. Yes.
And so what is it? Is it World War I?
Right.
Or is it World War I?
Yeah.
Or it's obvious. The Romans didn't conquer Somalia,
right?
Because they don't know what Roman numerals are. I mean, Jesus Christ, like,
but
you're the fucking government. You're representing people like you and I that live in Minnesota, and you're gonna stand there and you're gonna say World War 11.
Yeah.
I mean, she quickly corrected herself, but still, it's like,
yeah,
you're a speech reader. This is what you do. You had to do it your whole time, allegedly, to get where you got to.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden we're at World War 11.
I was watching Lee Zeldin just had a similar thing. So he's on the Trump in the Trump cabinet now.
Yeah.
Forget what he does exactly. That's it. Yes. So the woman, and you can just see Like
Yeah.
you can, she's got like a purple streak in her hair. Did
She
you
had the
see-
hair color.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
got the bangled jewelry on,
Yep.
and he like took her to school on like on global warming and like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, again, to your point, like you're an elected official and you sound like a fucking boob.
Yeah, and
Like-
he kept pointing to like
And
what she was asking, and
Yeah.
and she just was like, no, it's
Yeah.
not.
I want my time back. And he's like, well, you know, and the moderator's like, well, you asked him a question and he's answering it. And Lee just kept saying like, so you don't know about this. Oh, so you don't know about that. You don't know.
You didn't read this, but you're
Yeah.
you're asking about it without doing any
Yeah.
sort of research, which
Yeah.
I feel like that should be the response to anybody in that situation when they're put on that and they're going in front of the committee that's examining whatever that person's job is. If you're going to ask me fucking questions and you're going to try to put me on the hot seat, I'm going to try to put you on the hot seat back as many times as I can. And like, what better way to say than like the ultimate fuck you during a situation is like, okay, we're here, we're talking about this specific thing,
Yeah.
but you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, obviously.
And I feel like all these Senate hearings and all these like congressional hearings or whatever you see, it's literally, I think the only reason to have those is just for fodder, because they're the dumbest things ever. The questions that our representatives are asking the person in the hot seat, like you can watch a bunch of them on with Pete Hegseth right now, right? Because of Iran. And it's just, it always goes back to finger pointing and political divisiveness, you know, amongst the two parties. And like, it shouldn't be about that. It should be, ask your question. And if they're giving you a reasonable answer,
That's it.
like that's it. Like they're answering the question, but then you want to twist it around and make it sound like it's something different.
And he was very specific. He's like, "Are you not familiar with Article 361 of the whatever act?" Like it wasn't like he was like, "You don't know, like you don't know about this." Here,
And he's like, "I came here and I know the law."
Yeah, he was like, this is what the law says. This is what it is. Are you not familiar with it? And because again,
And then she flipped it. She was like, "You're getting defensive."
yeah,
He's like, no, actually, I'm not.
yeah, he was like
lady."
so mellow about it, which is wild. So
Well, that's how, no matter what, and I go back to my previous life, the best thing you can do when somebody is escalated is just stay level.
yeah,
Stay even, stay low key about it. And that's going to make them, number one, it'll make them look worse and it makes them angrier. But if you can keep a cool head, like you're going to win.
I'm not. You are.
Yeah.
You're the jerk. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm fine. Look at me. I'm over here. I'm sipping my water.
Yeah, I'm fine. Not a care in the world.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, you're the one that's all twisted up. Yeah, that's why you're acting like this. Yeah.
Crazy ass purple hair.
But yeah, that lady was insane. Speaking of that, did you see that we got a new ATF boss?
No.
Yeah, you didn't see all that? I thought I sent that to you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Come on.
We got a pro NRA guy.
Oh, no. You did send. Yes. I didn't realize it was a new ATF boss, but I knew that they had
New director, Robert Cicada. Cekada.
Yeah, Cicada.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I wonder if he rubs his legs, he shoots an exoskeleton off and digs in the ground and has babies and stuff.
Like the cicada. Like the bug.
But did you see what he did? He sat down immediately.
That's
as
what
soon
you-
as they signed him in, and
yes.
he just undid everything
Yeah.
Biden era did to the guns,
Yes.
which is awesome.
That's what I was looking at. I wasn't really looking at who did it. I thought it was Trump that did it, but it was the new ATF
No,
director.
it's the new ATF director there. Whatever, Robert
Cicada.
Cicada. You say tomato.
I say tomato.
Hey,
Yeah,
look at that. We're like
fucking
a fucking duo over
Yeah,
here.
we're
and
doing
shit.
it.
But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's I got to say it's going to be nice to have somebody pro gun in front of the
Well, and we
ATF.
talked about this again. Like, just we need sensible.
as opposed to a guy who's into tobacco.
Yeah, we have gun laws. So we have gun laws. Let's use the ones that we have.
Yeah.
And let's not make this extreme shift to where you're making it harder for people that are doing the right thing
Yeah.
to own a gun.
Like I thought we had good gun laws like when I went and got my pistol permit back in 2016, and now it's like even more intense in New York.
Yes.
And I can't believe the amount of people that are still going through with it. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy. It's like, everybody's like, how long did it take you? I was like, well, it took Took me a long time because I did it during the year leading up to the 2016 election.
Yeah.
So it took me like a year and a half. But like, and I guess that's what it kind of just took one of my buddies now. It took him about
you
a
know
year
what?
and a half.
I think we got our permits around the same time.
Yeah.
I think so, because I want to say somebody had said to me, it's easier to go while you're still on the job. Like it's easy, you should get it, because if you're listing your profession and it says police officer, they're
Yeah.
probably going to rubber stamp you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it was around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fairly, I mean,
Now you got to shoot.
yeah.
Now it's not just the class and the background
Yeah.
check and all that stuff and the judge deciding.
Well,
I got to go live fire and
we can get like retired law enforcement can have, I think we talked about this, but HR 218.
yes.
So you can carry in any state.
Yep.
But I got to do that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I got
Exercise your right, man. You earned it.
I got to call Eric up.
Yeah, the tiger.
Yeah, if you're listening, Tyga, I got to shoot. I got to shoot.
You ever been out to Blue Hour Farms? That's out there by you. Have you heard of Blue Hour Farms?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't been there.
I've never been there. I passed it a couple times because it's on the way to that boardwalk at the Appalachian Trail there.
Yeah.
So I've been there to do that hike. I've never stopped at Blue Hour Farms, but a lot of my customers here support Blue Arrow Farms.
Okay.
Because it's become a very popular place. I guess the whole background is the guy who owns Blue Arrow Farms, his grandfather was the creator of Felix the House Cat. Remember that little
Yeah.
cartoon? Yeah. So like I guess there's like stuff homage to them there, as well as like, he's got like a dance hall in there. He's got like he does like a lot of car shows, like an outdoor
Okay.
music festivals
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's been a very popular place since like the pandemic.
Okay.
I know that really started picking up steam during the pandemic because it was outside and it was a place where people could go.
Right.
Well, fast forward to now, I guess, because it's right there, like on the border, of, like where you are in Warwick. I guess now Warwick's cracking down, and it's basically there's a clash over the events, the permits, and how many people they're letting on the farm.
That's the place they were talking about. I saw the headline for the article,
Yeah.
but I didn't click on it because I'm like, oh, it's just Warwick being Warwick.
That's just clickbait.
Yeah.
So I guess basically what it is like the way everybody made it sound to me is they made it sound like it's always been a popular place. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know, maybe it's gotten even more popular and more people are coming and it's like creating a little bit of too much traffic and noise and it's upsetting some of the people that live there. So I guess, that's what's going on there. Kind of like what happened years ago with the old, remember when the strip club on 9W upgraded the Blue Moon? It upgraded and built that big one behind it.
Elder
Everybody
Mansion. Yeah.
Everybody was upset that they were building a bigger one.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yeah.
look, that thing's been here longer than all these neighborhoods that you built around it.
Correct.
You built around this strip club that was here and you were okay with that strip club being there.
Yeah.
Just because now that strip club got bigger, now you're upset that there's a strip club here?
Well, and like, what is Warwick has, like, you have Penning's Farm, right? You have all these other places out there that all attract people.
Yeah.
Right? And that's kind of your thing.
Yeah.
Right? When you think about Warwick, you think about Applefest, Penning's, Blue Arrow. Like,
yeah, Blue Arrow, though, I guess it's not kind of like Penning's where they're like, because Penning's, it's the orchard.
yeah.
Penning's is they got the cider there now.
Yeah.
And they got like their hangout area. I don't know if it's like a bar or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they have an outdoor bar there. So
Yeah.
I went there and played in a couple cornhole tournaments.
So, and they got an indoor one.
Yeah.
And, like I know my friend sells his kettle corn out there, so like they're doing good business out there. So
Right.
like,
Well, you should be happy that you have this thriving business in your community.
yeah, I mean, because like, I mean, listen, I've never been out to Blue Hour Farm. I don't know what they're doing out there. I don't know if they have vendors that are selling food or not, but like chances are if people are coming in from outside the area, they're going to go into Warwick
Yep.
and want to eat at like one of those nice businesses.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah,
in
they got a
Warwick.
Burger King there. They got a
They do.
They might want an original
Larry's
chicken
Deli.
sandwich. Yeah.
I was actually saw a reel today, and there's this lady. She's like, "Look at this! This is like, check this out. This is like the oldest house. People talk about all these old things in this area. Look at this. This is it. This is the oldest place. This is the old tavern here. It's one of the oldest taverns in the world. It's here in Warwick. Not many people know that. When you go in here, they got all George Washington stayed here after the Revolution, and I was just dying though because of her like city accent.
Yeah.
You know, and this is
She
what
she's
saying.
the Warwick historian.
Yeah,
right?
but no, but she's the realtor. She's the Warwick.
Oh,
realtor.
okay.
Yeah. And I saw she had a whole bunch more videos. So I was like, I'll have to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So
Share one to me so I can.
I definitely will. But, you know, like I said, man, Warwick's like a cool little town.
Yeah.
And they got it going on. And, you know, the Blue Hour Farms, what they've been doing for a while now.
And now all of a sudden you take exception to it.
Yeah, because, you know, I don't know if it's because the neighbors that just moved in or they're not having the right permits and everything.
Or is somebody not getting their piece of the pie?
That could be it too.
You know, because usually when you see this kind of stuff pop up, it's, you know, somebody didn't get treated the way they thought they should be treated.
Yeah.
And then they get, you know, they get on their soapbox and they start making problems.
I would love for somebody from
problems.
either one of these two sides, though, to come on and talk about it.
I'd love to hear it.
I'd love to hear
Yeah.
what's really going on. If somebody from
Because what do we know,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
we
we need to
just
hear.
know what Blase is telling us on the
Yeah.
webs.
Right. So we
You know,
need an
That's
expert.
kind of a big deal.
That
you know?
is.
So, like, you know, I would love to hear it from the people though directly from Blue Arrow because, like, you know, like I said, they've been doing this since like, you know, as far as I'm aware, like I know I got a guy. He's on the job. You know, still on the job, and he loves taking his kids there.
Yeah.
Because like he can take the kids there and he knows everybody's safe and having a good time. And
Yeah.
it's just like a nice mellow place. There's cars, there's farm equipment, there's this,
I think
there's animals
That's
and
pretty
stuff.
cool.
Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Like where else can you go and take your kids and, you know, be laxed and, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
There's not many places left like that.
No, and like go about like that's this place, and now you have Echo Fields that is like,
Same, yeah.
and they just keep expanding, and they're doing. It's not even like they're letting it be. They're constantly making improvements. Pretty cool.
Todd Lyons is a great businessman.
Yeah.
That's all I could say. Kudos to Todd.
Yeah.
I really hope it pops off this year. I'm really hoping the weather breaks and things get exciting. Like didn't they get a big concert? Didn't they get like somebody? Let's look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I think because they just opened. Opening weekend was last weekend.
I think they have. I think I saw something the other day that said that they have somebody huge.
Bon Jovi.
No, it's it's country.
I'm joking.
guy.
I'm joking.
It's country. Who says you can't go home, Joe?
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is riveting. I know. I'm sure you love this.
No, you know what?
It's Echo Fields,
but it's
that's
like
it.
it's dark outside now. Like this is a nighttime
This is weird.
episode, guys. So this is This is my bedtime. It's like 9 p.m.
Yeah. Scotty's had a long day.
Yeah, you're getting the best of us right now, though,
You
guys.
got the best. Oh, Wee Jennings. I would imagine he's related to Waylon.
That's a safe assumption.
Oh, he's the grandson. There you go. So he's going to be there. And they got Hillbilly Parade. That's on August 1st.
Yeah, and Hillbilly Parade's great.
Yeah, they got live pro wrestling. My boy Bubba. He's going to be out there. And Captain Insano with his power bomb.
But yeah, that's
But that's going to be a big one.
We shouldn't be discouraging places like that. Like places like Echo Fields, Blue Arrow Farms, like they should be, you know, if that's
They should be celebrated.
Yeah, if that's in your backyard, how lucky am I?
Exactly. That you have that available to you. Like, that's pretty cool, I think.
And I think it's funny because like it's like our generation, right? So you have all these families or parents or whatever, right? And they saw the need, like because when our kids were little, there wasn't. What were you gonna do? You got to get a sitter, or you got to bring a kid with you somewhere.
Yep.
And then all these like slowly, but surely, all these breweries started popping up.
But then you had those awesome dads that you knew whose weekend it was when you went to the brewery because dad would be there and so would the kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Play checkers with me.
yeah. Shut up, kid.
I'm like, oh my God, why is this happening?
we did I think I threw like a surprise 40th for Allison at Westtown Brewery, and it was great because you could have all the kids there, right? So all the kids are out there, and they must have had some stuff that was just off. There's like a play area, but then there was like just stuff, like just extra stuff sitting around, and all you could hear was like kids are down there breaking stuff, like glass. Like I looked over there.
I was there for that. We showed up
Oh,
late.
yes,
Yes.
that's right.
The
Yeah,
Moors were there.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a party.
yeah, it was a good
That
time.
was a good time. Let's say R.I.P. Westtown Brewing.
Yeah, man. That was my first real, like, I'd only been to a place like Penning's. I'd never been to one of these like breweries in the country, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
They're in a safe place. You can hang out, have a couple beers, and live music. But yeah, they were, I don't remember what it was, but they
Pizza.
were just below the hill, just breaking shit.
Yeah, I remember they kept coming up with like pieces of pumpkin.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was pumpkins, and there was
They were throwing them down the hill.
yes, yeah, it wasn't glass, it was pumpkins.
That was pumpkins. It was
Yeah.
pumpkins. They were all about the pumpkins. Because it was like, what, November maybe?
Yeah, her birthday's October, so yeah, it was October.
Yeah, right at the end of October. Yeah, right after they had like a pumpkin carving contest or something.
That's crazy how long ago that was.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
That was just out of the pandemic, right? Like
Yeah.
things started to ease up.
yeah,
And they'd let us do our thing.
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. That was so nice.
And that was right when, yeah, it was 2021.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because we had just moved out to Greenville. At
Okay.
that point.
Oh, so you're out of Creamville already. All right.
Yeah, because I reached out to two of my neighbors, and I was like, can you guys help me put this together? Because Nicole, my neighbor across the street, she made the charcuterie board. That was
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah,
It was
charcuterie
absolutely
was-
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was Oreos on it, wasn't there?
there was a whole bunch of crazy
yeah,
stuff.
Oreos. I
And then
remember that.
Julia, our other neighbor, she's like an event, like she just plans events.
Yes.
And she put it together. It was really
Oh,
cool,
it was
man.
pretty dope. That was a
Yeah.
good time. That was such a cool little place.
Yeah.
Well, my last time there, I pulled off. We were on a motorcycle ride, me and my friend Joe, and I pulled off there so he could see it, and just be like, "Hey, put this on your virtual map so you know when you're out here, you can always
Yeah.
stop."
Stop in.
You know who was inside? Good buddy Andy Stack
Oh, was he?
and Joe Gallagher. Yeah, they're.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, I was like, "Get out of here!" I
That's
was
cool.
like, "No way!" They're like, Andy's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like,
And Joe's one of
I
the
was
few.
thirsty.
He's one of the few Detroit Lions fans around.
"Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's your boy."
Yeah.
He makes the pilgrimage out there, and I got another customer too. His wife's a fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they try to go out for the Thanksgiving game every year.
So when I went to the playoff game in Detroit against Washington,
Oh yeah,
which, well, I had said to Colton, this was 2 years ago. I said, I think they were like 14-1 or whatever it was that year. Like they had one loss, and I was like, listen, if they make the playoffs and they get home field advantage, I'm like, we're gonna have to go. And once it happened, I had to, it was time to put up or shut up.
you spoke. Had to make it happen.
Yeah, and I was
no
like,
bitch.
no,
That ain't no bitch.
it was what a but point is I was texting Joe or I was messaging him while I was there. I'm like sending him pictures. I'm like, look, man, I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah,
And he's probably like, "Oh man,
yeah, it was cool.
he's the nicest guy in the world, Joe."
Yeah, for
Nicest
sure.
guy in the world. I love Joe. All right, man. One more thing before we get out of here, and just because we touched on it last week, because of Joe Rogan being in the White House, and magic mushrooms were one of the things that got in that executive order.
Yeah,
There's a new study out. Millions of Americans have used magic mushrooms in the past year.
wow.
Yeah, it's more popular than you think. Everybody's microdosing.
Yeah,
That's it. It's the new animal.
microdosing is the way now.
Yeah.
Well, because again, back to our generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
We realized like, oh, so you don't have to eat an entire bag. No,
Yeah.
Nope, you don't. And actually, you probably shouldn't.
Nope.
But
Well, you should sometimes.
yeah,
Because sometimes you need that dose of reality.
yeah,
You gotta get shit straight.
yeah. You got to figure it out.
Because that shit'll. My friend was like, "I want to try it so bad." I was like, "All right, I can facilitate that."
Yeah,
So one day, his girlfriend was away, and I told Lauren, I was like, "I'm going over to Matt's. I'll be back in a couple hours. Don't wait up for me." And I was like, "Hey, listen, before we go down this path," I was like, because he was NYPD
right.
back in the day, and he got out on disability. I said, "Do you have any skeletons in your closet that
Right.
you're not comfortable with?" He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, Is there anything from your past that bothers you that you've secretly hidden inside you? And he's like, what are you talking about? Why are you asking me this? I said, well, I said, I need to know. And he's like, why do you need to know? I said, because it's coming.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean it's coming? I was like, anything that was a bad experience from your childhood to now, I said, it's going to show up
Yeah.
during this experience for you. And he was like, are you serious? I'm like, 100%.
Yeah.
I was like, that's why I'm just asking you as a friend, because like, maybe if that's the case, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, really? And he's like, no, man, I'm 100% comfortable with everything I've done in my life. I was like, have fun.
Yeah. See you on the other side, brother.
Yeah, let's have fun. Let's watch
Well-
The Big Lebowski now.
Yeah, I remember. I remember like God, what was I, like 18, 19? I don't know. Some great experiences and then a couple doozies.
I remember specifically one time, this is a great one. We went up to the Hemp Splash. You know, I was a kid. I was like 18, 19 years old. We went up to Hemp Splash at Lembo Lake.
Oh yeah, yep.
Used to do that at Lembo Lake every year.
Yep.
They used to do Hemp Splash and then Harvest Fest. So we went up to Hemp Splash, and I remember we like made like our little commune there on the old orchard
Yep.
area. Me and all our buddies, we set up camp, and we set everything up. And I remember like it was getting dark, and we're all chilling, just hanging out,
Yeah.
smoking weed like you would at a Hemp Splash. And all of a sudden, like my buddy Joe had his bicycle, and he comes like winding down the dirt trail, and you hear woo, 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 and he's waving a nitrous balloon.
Oh my
over
God.
his head that's like, you know, the size of a punching balloon.
Right, right.
So he's waving that over his head. He like rides into the campsite, and I'm never forget it. He just like fucking ghost rides the bike. The bike goes sailing through our camp into like 3 other people's camps, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he just fucking falls on the ground. I'm like, "Dude, are you okay? Are you all right?" He's like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "It sounds like you're talking through a broken speaker. All I hear is your voice going." So he comes through, and like, so I'm like, come on, let's go do a lap around the lake. So we go do a lap around the lake, and everybody's like, walk around, like, what? They're like, oh, the guy's got mushrooms over there. We're like, oh, sweet, let's go. So we all go running over like kids to buy them, as you should at a festival like that. And especially when you're 19 or 18 years old. So we do that, and I say to the guy, you know, can I eat the whole eighth? And he's like, psh. I'm like, sweet. So we go back to the campsite. I proceed to eat that. My buddy Jeremy, who was with us, he proceeds to eat it. My buddy Dave, who we had the 50th birthday party
Yeah.
for, he split his with 2 other people.
Okay.
So me and Jeremy ate it. We ate the whole bag. Jeremy ate his whole bag. Well, I ate mine. Jeremy ate his, and then Dave split his with 3. So we sit down, and around the lake that time, we also picked up some extra fun stuff. So we rolled a blunt, and we're sitting there, and we're smoking this blunt. And like, you know, we'd ate everything right when we got back to the tent. And all of a sudden, like, there's a weeping willow, like right across the road from us. And I'm like watching this weeping willow, and it's moving like in all sorts of wonky ways.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man. Now
It's
this
happening.
is like 20 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like 20 minutes in. Like, ate it, rolled the blunt, started smoking the blunt.
And now
It's already here.
Yep.
They're letting me know, like,
It's happening.
hey buddy,
Strap in.
watch this.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, did they mean watch this, because like by the minute it kept getting more and more and more intense. We're about halfway through the blunt. Jeremy just gets up and goes running through the campsite, right through the middle of the fire, and jumps in his car and slams the door shut. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. What's going on?
I'm like, did everybody just see that? And they're like, yeah. They're like, what's going on with him? And Joe, who had the nitrous balloon, is the only guy that didn't do the mushrooms. And he's like, I know. I go, what? He's like, he's about to go bad. I go, what do you mean?
Oh.
He's like, it's too much. It's too intense for him. And he's trying to go to sleep before it gets ugly. I
Yep.
said, you think so? And he's like, yeah. So of course I can't leave Led enough alone So I go over to the car. I'm like, Jeremy,
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
come on out. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
like, you sure? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
good
you
luck.
sure you're okay? He's like, yeah. I was like, you really think you're going to sleep? I was like, because if you feel like I do, we ain't going to sleep for a couple hours.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I'll be fine, man. I'm going to bed. I'm like, all right. So, like, I'm sitting there, you know, I go back to the tent and, you know, like everybody's starting to feel it in a little bit. And, like, you know, another 10 minutes goes by and Jeremy comes running back through the fire and he runs to Joe's tent and he dives in Joe's tent. And I see him, like, busting around
Yeah.
inside. You know how you see somebody moving
Yeah.
around inside the tent? I'm like, and I just, like, now I got the giggles.
Yeah.
I got the giggle fits because this is happening. And then all of a sudden, fucking, I'm like, oh, I was like, what's going on? And Joe's
Right.
like, go find out. And I was like, all right. So I unzipped the tent. Jeremy's laying across the back of the tent on his side, straight, arms
All
on it,
rigid.
and he's sweating profusely because it's the middle of summer and it's
Yeah.
like 100% humidity.
And he's
it's
getting-
going to rain,
And he's locked in a tent.
and he's in this tent trying to not go bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you okay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, why are you yelling? He's like, I'm not. I'm like, okay. He's like, can you get Joe? I was like, sure, no problem. So I like walk out and now I'm giggling like crazy because what I just
Yeah,
saw.
You're like, bro.
I'm like, Joe, I'm like, you better.
go in
I
there.
was
And
like, you got to clean this up.
yeah, come get your boy.
And Joe's like, God damn it. So Joe goes over to the tent and, like, you know, you hear like Jeremy whispering to Joe and you hear Joe and going, what? He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're not bleeding, man. He's like, you're just sweating.
Poor
He's
guy.
Like, he's like, you're just sweating, man. He's like,
Yeah.
just come out of the tent and hang out with everybody. You're going to be fine. He's like, oh, man, I'll bleed everywhere. He's like, Jeremy, it's like, I'm telling you right now, man, you're not bleeding. You're going to be okay.
I had one of those experiences, and we had one of
Just hold on. Let me
yeah.
go. So poor Jeremy's dealing with that. Now it's starting to get really intense, like almost to the point like where I can't stand. So I'm like laying in my tent.
and you're probably only an hour in at this point.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm just like trying to get through
Yeah.
it. And it's like getting darker and it's getting crazier and it's getting darker. And then like all of a sudden I go out and I'm like sitting on the grass and then like I lay down and like I could feel the rotation of the earth,
Oh,
but somehow I ended up on the bottom side
yeah.
and I could feel like I was starting to slip
Off the earth.
off the earth
Yeah.
and into the space infinity below me.
Yeah.
So I was like literally, bro, I was holding
the
onto
grass.
the grass
Yep.
so I didn't fall off. So
Oh,
my girlfriend at the time made me go into the tent and like calm me down a little bit. You know, just sit there with my eyes
Yeah.
closed and see every visual you've ever seen on any hippie paraphernalia ever in your life.
yep.
And all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting there, I got my eyes closed and everything starts glowing fucking green. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I open my eyes and behind my tent, it's glowing green. I'm like, holy shit, the aliens
Yeah,
are
they
here.
found me.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? Even my girl, who's 100% sober, is like, what the fuck is that? 2 seconds later, Dave comes around. He's like, hey, check it out. He's like, my friend Rich over there, his brother's in the army, and these are army glow sticks. He's like, see how powerful these are? He's like, they can take these underwater and see everything. I was like, no shit, bro. They can see you from space right now. I was
Yeah.
like, you just scared the shit out of me. He's like, how? I was like, I thought the fucking aliens were here, man.
Yeah. Dude, that's
But it was like that intense.
Yeah.
Finally, like about an hour later, it like kind of mellowed off. Like
yeah.
I got up, I did some walking around and walked through the hippie village and
Yeah.
met some people who were having the same type of experiences, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, you
bro.
got to weather those storms sometimes.
Yeah, but that's, you know, that's like you said, that's just doing way too much compared to like what the microdose does.
Yes. So I did the same thing, lost my shit for a little bit, but you know, you got to have buddies.
Yeah, you need buddies.
Yeah. So my buddy Kevin, he's like, "Hey man, you all right?" You know, he's like talking to me like I'm a child. He's like, "Come on, we just got to walk around. Let's find some stuff." And this was at a house party. One of our friends' dad went away, so of course we had
Of course.
Yep, had a banger. So it was huge. Like there were like 30 of us there.
Nice.
Like everybody, like one guy brought like a 6-foot bong,
nice.
and but
Somebody got fingered on the parents' bed.
Yeah,
It was
so
beautiful.
he so you know, Kev's walking me around. He's like, "Hey, look at Tom over there. Tom he shaved his head. He's bald, right? And he's in the kitchen with the black light. There's a black light going. So that like they set the mood. Like they replaced a lot of the light bulbs with black lights.
Okay.
So Tom is in the kitchen and he's covered in fucking in dish soap and the black light. He's rubbing the dish soap on his bald head.
Oh my
and
god.
it's just fucking exploding with color because of the black light.
Oh, that's
He's like,
awesome.
yeah, he's like, hey, look at Tom over there. He's having a good time. And Tom's just like,
My iceberg. What this is fantastic.
yeah, once that brought me back. Like, I was like, oh yeah, Tom's having fun.
Sometimes that's all.
Yeah, and then I was like, all right, I'm back.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
I was like under a table. Like, he found me under a table. He's like, hey, he's like, bro, what are you doing under there, bro? I was like, I don't know. Fucking losing my mind.
yeah, that's what happens, man. Like, thank God I never really had that experience, but like, whoa.
Yeah, it was.
Oof. Like I was fighting that day. That was like the most intense experience, and like I just kept thinking about Jeremy bleeding out in the tent.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be a crazy person
Yeah,
and give into that. I was like, I can't let it push me that way. I gotta make it go the other way, and that's what we ended up doing. Like,
right.
once we started walking around, and I was able to start cracking jokes with the group, and you
Right.
know, everything started to flow and feel more natural. And
Yeah, you have to
balance and-
force yourself to engage.
yeah.
And that's what I realized at that, like in that experience, was like, if he didn't drag me out from under the table, you know, I would have been fucking
You've been fighting demons for the rest
for
of the
hours. Yeah, for hours. And yeah, like, but I'll never forget Tom rubbing dish soap all over his head with the black light just glowing. And
That's epic.
yeah, I mean, like 33 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, and I still remember it like it was yesterday.
I remember too one time, you know, I had like an apartment when I was 18 years old with my girlfriend. So like people used to just stop by all the time. And I remember my buddy Renee, he's like, yo, I got kids. He's like, can me and Artie come by? And he's like, it's bad. I'm like, sure, no
bad.
problem. So
It's bad.
Renee was this Puerto Rican guy I worked with. You know, he stayed at my house a lot. And you know, he lived around the corner with his family. And Artie was his stepbrother. And Artie was a little different.
Yeah.
Well, they had taken, I think, like acid or something that night. And so like, I'm like, just come on over, we'll hang
Yeah.
out, we'll watch TV, you know, and you
Yeah.
guys can stay as long as you need till you're safe to go home. And they're like, okay. So we're hanging out, and like we're all watching TV, and we're like watching a movie. My girlfriend at the time and I are watching a movie when they got there, so they were watching the movie with us. And like we had this couch, and then we had this chair. So like Renee's sitting on the couch with me and her, and all of a sudden Artie's on this chair, and all of a sudden Artie goes, yo, and he like grabs his tongue and sits forward, and we're like, you all right?
He
He's
thought
like-
he was going to swallow his tongue.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm good. And he's like sitting there, and he does it again. And we're like, yo, dude, are you good? And he's like, yeah. He's like, Renee, come here. And I hear him talking. He's like, they're in my kitchen. He's like, yo, he's like, am I okay? Renee's like, yeah, man, you're fine. Why? He goes, because I bit my tongue off, man. He's like, you don't see that? He's like, there's blood everywhere.
Bit my tongue
And
off.
now Renee can't breathe because he's laughing hysterical because Artie thinks he bit his tongue off. He's like, please go tell him. Please, just tell him he didn't bite his tongue off. So I'm not on that level. So I'm like trying to be like, hey, Artie, you know,
Yeah,
I just
it's
want to
all
let
good.
you know you're good, bud. Come on, sit with us, watch TV. Do you need
Yeah.
some water? He's like, yeah, that's fine. And bro, he just kept sitting there the whole night, and he'd be watching.
Checking his
And
tongue.
He'd stick his tongue out and squeeze it. And he must have did it about 500 times before I went to bed that night. He just like,
Yeah, because a minute feels like an hour.
yeah.
So this guy probably did it like incessantly for.
Oh my God. I hope his hands were clean. I'm sure they
Yeah.
weren't, but oh my God, he must have touched his tongue like 762 times. Like just the fact the way he jumped up was like, yo, I just grabbed his tongue. And you're like,
Yo.
like he sat forward, like it erupted like we were watching like a horror movie or something. We were like, you're right. He's like, yeah, there's blood all over the floor, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I was like, if there was, you know, she'd be losing her mind because the
Yeah.
white carpets, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah. Trust me. We're
He's
okay.
like, all right.
Oh my God.
Just-
That's very.
Yeah, ridiculous. You know. Oh well.
We
you have
did
fun, You have fun when you're young.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
That's
And then microdose when you get older.
yeah, you got to be responsible. Don't
Yeah,
take
like a gentleman.
microdoses.
Yeah.
Like a gentleman. And it's just to help you sort things out.
That's all.
So, you know.
Just got to reorganize the filing cabinet.
That's it. You know, and the whole thing is like, you know, like that's what that does. Like it helps you. Like if you got something going on, it really does help you sort it out. It helps you see it from above. the above perspective, and it kind of helps you choose like
Yeah, and well, unlike normal everyday life, it's gonna hold you accountable,
yeah,
right? Because you can't tuck it away or hide from it because
exactly.
it's coming.
It's going to talk to you.
Yeah,
Like everybody's like, well, what's it like? I said the best way I can describe it is you get to the door, but you don't go through. Like you're like, oh God, it's going to start. Things are going to start happening. But
Yeah.
instead of things start happening, it starts backing down
yeah,
to normalcy.
Yep.
So like, you have like a good 20 minutes of like, whoa, like,
yeah,
but then, like and then they hit you like, boom, this is why I did it. This is what I'm thinking about. This is what I have to do. This is the only way that can fix it. So this is how I have to buckle down and be a person and be responsible and get it done.
Yep.
And then that's what happens. You get clarity.
clarity.
So, well, we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
We did
This
it.
was a good one.
This was. I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope those stories help somebody out there.
Yeah.
Besides,
If not, listen,
somebody be disgusted with me.
I laughed my ass off. So
Yo.
yeah. Oh shit.
All right, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen. See everybody next week.
Sit.
On the mountains